When people ask me about supplements, I like to tell them the following story. One day, my 8-year-old son came up to me and he asked me the following question. Abba, will you teach me non-Euclidean geometry? I'll be happy to teach you all about geometry, but first I need to teach you how to multiply and divide, some basics of algebra and geometry, then we can get into non-Euclidean geometry. So that was a pretty surprising question, considering he was 8 years old. And the next thing was, where did he get an English accent? So just like the story with my son and non-Euclidean geometry, it's the same thing for supplementation. You have to have your foundations first before you start to worry about your supplementation. So today, we're going to talk about getting those foundations in order with your digestion, hydration, and proper protein levels. Then we'll get into the type of supplementation. All right, let's talk about digestion. If your digestive system is not working correctly, then you feed your body and your nutrients pass right through. Do you have loose stool all the time? Stinky stool, gas, bloating? Are you constipated, which means you have less than one bowel movement a day? Is every bowel movement a strain? Then this is letting us know that your body, your digestive system is not working correctly. What do you do if your digestive system is not in order? Here's the way I would approach the problem. Number one, I would take L-glutamine because that really helps your immune system. Your gut is your front line immunoprotection. So you need to make sure you've got good gut health. The next thing I would take is a high quality probiotic. There are tons of probiotics on the market, but buy from a reputable dealer. Don't buy anything, from Five Below or the dollar store. If you're not eating enough vegetables, then, along with a fiber supplement, I would get a fiber supplement. I might take even a prebiotic. So I personally use a probiotic from Evogen, and I use a fiber product from Species Nutrition. And I wouldn't want to have my days without those because, I'm hard dieting and I need my body to accept all the nutrition that I'm giving it. So you gotta make sure that those things are in order. If you're having trouble digesting food, or if you you're stuffing yourself, then digestive enzymes are also, a good alternative. If you don't like eating your greens, then there are a number of companies that make greens products, like Evogen makes a greens product that's pretty darn good. But you have to ask yourself, why is it that you don't like your veggies? Why? Something to think about. Your microbiome in your gut really affects your overall health. And so having a probiotic will help that microbiome a lot. If you have irritable bowels, then I would consider the peptide BPC 157. I know a number of people who have bowel issues, and that really does help a lot. If you have such a chronic bowel issue, then I hope you are going to a doctor to work on that. When people ask me about what supplements to take, and then I find out their digestive system doesn't work well, or they don't really drink water at all, or they have a crappy diet. If you really want to make your body better, you've got to get those things in order, because you can take all those you want, and you can take a multivitamin, and if you don't eat it with the fat, then your vitamin A, D, E, and K are just going to slide right on out because they're fat soluble. If your foundation is not in place, don't waste your money on, supplements yet. Get that fixed first. So once your digestive system is in order and you feel like your body is digesting well, then the next thing you need to think about is, or not think about, but do, is be properly hydrated. Getting enough water in your body is so important. As a nutritionist, our rule of thumb is you want to have half your body weight in ounces. So if I weigh 200 pounds, I want to make sure that I get at least a minimum 100 ounces of water a day. And if you're in hot climate, then you might need to drink more. If you're sweating all the time, then you might need to drink more. But water hydrates the cells, and water is considered a nutrient driver. So when you're taking your pre-workout or your intra-workout, or you're just eating in general, if you're dehydrated, then those nutrients aren't getting circulated through your body the way you would really like them to. Everything is better when your body is properly hydrated. When it comes to hydration, water. If you're drinking 5 cups of coffee a day, coffee is a diuretic. That is not being hydrated. If you drink unsweetened iced tea all day, that is a diuretic. You are not staying hydrated. So for every cup of coffee, I want you to have a glass of water. So if you have a hard time drinking plain water, put some lemon in it, drop some strawberries in it. Do something to teach yourself how to drink enough water. Make that as part of your homework, that I have to drink X amount of water a day. Staying hydrated is also important for you ladies. It helps make your skin less wrinkly. There are no disadvantages to being properly hydrated. And I don't want to hear, I'm too busy to drink water. Bullshit. You can always carry a water bottle around, always. Nobody's going to blink an eye if you have a water bottle. And if you want to optimize your body and you want to optimize your skin and the way you look, you want to look younger and more youthful, and it's a hopeless case for me, but drink your water. All right, the final pillar is getting enough protein in your diet. I cannot emphasize that enough. Most people do not get nearly enough protein in their diet. And if you don't know how to do that, then contact a nutritionist like myself, someone who's actually certified, accredited, and actually knows what they're doing. You're in the gym, you want to build big muscle, right? Well, you can tear down all that muscle, but if you don't eat enough protein, your body's not going to have the building blocks to repair what you've torn down and add tissue to that system. Carbohydrates do not do that. Fats do not do that. Protein does that. So you got to make sure that you have an adequate, if not more, protein in your diet than your body is currently using. So the harder you push, then the protein is going to help you repair and build. And the whole point of bodybuilding is to get bigger muscles, right? When you think about a table, you need a minimum of 3 legs, right? So our 3 legs are a good digestion system, hydration, proper protein level, and our 4th leg, which is going to make your body work better, is an overall healthy diet. Don't just get your protein from shakes. I do not believe in the philosophy of if it fits your macros. Eat a healthy diet. That does not mean you have to buy organic vegetables, or anything that is labeled organic, but eat whole foods. It's like, well, I'm eating a lot of protein bars. No. I'm drinking lots of shakes. No. That's not the way you get protein. I'm eating at Burger King a lot and I get an extra patty. Absolutely not. Eat whole foods. Just buy lean chicken breast. If you have to buy chicken thighs, then buy chicken thighs for Pete's sake. If you have to buy 80-20, burger, then get 80-20 burger and drain it off. There are so many whole food examples that are just better for you. They are much less calorie dense than processed foods. Take advantage of it. Eat. There are no shortcuts to hard work or bodybuilding. No shortcuts whatsoever. It's always consistency and hard work. Hey, and don't forget to hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. It really helps the algorithm and it really helps this channel grow. All right, now that your foundation is set, let's talk about the supplements that you should be using as a minimum. So I'm going to talk about supplementation on fairly general terms. I'm not going to get into recommended daily amounts or anything like that, because each one of these could be its own video, and there's just too much information to cover. First and foremost is a multivitamin. I know a lot of people badmouth multivitamins, but especially if you're on a diet and you're a picky eater and you don't like your veggies and you don't eat a lot of veggies, then it really is important to take a multivitamin. There are lots of trace minerals and elements in there that your body uses in multiple chemical reactions. So at a minimum, buy a quality multivitamin. If you see on the label that it says, just take 1 or 2 of those a day, then chances are you're not getting enough of what you really need. The really high quality ones are probably going to ask you to take as many as 5 to 8 in one day. As a nutritionist, I'm always telling people to eat the rainbow, eat a variety of foods, eat seasonal foods. But when you're on a diet or you're in competition mode, you're missing out on a lot of really important nutrients. So once again, take a multivitamin. If you're looking for some good pre-workout, intra-workout, I am working with Evogen now, and they do put out some great products, and I've been really happy with their intra-workout product and their protein powder, the probiotics, multivitamin, omegas. So give these shot a try, and there's a link in the bottom where you can get 10% off if you use my code NACOV10 off. You'll get 10% off your order, and I promise you'll be really satisfied with those products. All right, after you get your multivitamin, the next thing I recommend is a fish oil, your omega-3s. Make sure that you take some type of fish oil. There are actual liquid forms that you can take that have a flavor masking over it. Now, I'm going to say this. If you insist on all your vitamins being gummies, grow up. Grow up. You are not 7 years old. Learn how to take a freaking pill. So there is no need for any adult to take a gummy. You are getting low quality stuff if you are an adult and you use a gummy. Enough said on that. All right, vitamin D. That is another must-have. There is way too much hard evidence showing that most of us do not get enough vitamin D because we're never outside, but there are so many health benefits to having vitamin D3 in your system. So get a quality D3. I am a real believer in magnesium. Your body is under a lot of stress. When you are working out, you have your work stress, you have your home life stress, maybe lack of sleep stress, but the more stress your body's under, the more your body uses magnesium. We use magnesium in a lot of ways. If you're having constipation issues, you've heard of milk of magnesia? Well, that's what that does. The side effect of taking too much magnesium, which is really hard to do, is that you poo, and if that's your problem, well, you fixed your problem. With your digestive system in order and the hydration and the proper protein levels, now your body is set and ready to go to accept these additional supplements. Okay, now that you're doing a really good job of taking your multivitamin, your vitamin D, your omega-3s, and magnesium, let's talk about what I refer to as kind of your second tier supplements. Things that I would buy if I have the money to do it. Number 1, take a vitamin C. An adequately dosed vitamin C every day. No ifs, ands, buts. Vitamin C. I would also take a B complex and maybe a B12. For energy systems, B12 vitamin and the B complex can be really helpful. They help the mitochondrial system in your cells. So B vitamins are worth getting. Zinc. I've met people who take zinc and they take it every day. That is not a good thing. There's no need to take zinc every day. When do you take zinc? Thank you for asking. Take zinc when you've met somebody who has a cold. I would start taking zinc. Maybe for 3-4 days. If, let's say, you start feeling the tingling of a sore throat, start taking zinc immediately. and take it until whatever this has is run its course. So I put zinc kind of on that, second level.
Hey guys, I hope you found some value in this video, and I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel. And please leave a comment. Every time you hit that like button and every time somebody leaves a comment, 7 more people get to see this video. It's put into the feed, and I'm trying to build this channel and spread the good word about this channel. I really appreciate it.